What if I told you Africa is about to launch its own $1 billion war chest? This is Kenya News Update today. Coming up, you'll discover President Ruto's radical plan to make the continent pay for its own peace and why this could change everything from coups to conflicts. Meet President William Ruto, the Kenyan leader, the chair of the African Union's Reform Committee. On Saturday, in Addis Ababa, he dropped a bombshell report. A blueprint to completely overhaul how Africa keeps the peace. But here's the twist. This isn't about asking for more foreign aid. This is about Africa funding Africa. For decades, the continent has relied on outside powers to bankroll its peacekeeping. That ends now. Ruto's report proposes scaling the African Union Peace Fund from $400 million to $1 billion. A 2.5 times increase. That's a seismic shift. But here's what nobody's talking about. The real goal isn't just more money. It's to eliminate the silos. The report demands a harmonized African governance architecture, an African peace and security architecture implementation plan. Translation: stop the left hand not knowing what the right hand is doing. And then, something shocking happened. The report calls for a dedicated support structure within the African Union Commission, a permanent team to back the panel of the wise. That's the group of elder statesmen who mediate in crisis situations. Think of them as Africa's emergency firefighters. Now they'll get their own fire station. Here's the part that will blow your mind. The plan goes beyond just stopping wars. It's about preventing them, closing the early warning and early response gap, using emerging technologies to spot trouble before it explodes, and reinforcing norms against unconstitutional changes of government. That means a stronger stance against military coups. But the biggest revelation? The financial implications of restructuring AU organs, agencies, and offices won't be decided until February 2027. That's over a year from now. A deliberate delay to build consensus. On financing, Ruto proposed further consultations, leveraging internal resources and African financial institutions, inviting bank CEOs to the table to find the cash. This is a full-scale financial mobilization, and it doesn't stop there. To revamp the Pan-African Parliament, Ruto wants intensified sensitization, pushing member states to ratify the 2014 Malabo Protocol. That document grants the parliament limited legislative powers, the power to create model laws. It's a quiet push for a more united Africa. But here's the controversial part. Some say this is visionary leadership. Africa finally taking its destiny into its own hands, paying for its own stability. Others see a massive bill that cash-strapped nations can't afford, a top-down plan that ignores local realities. The tension is clear: sovereignty versus solidarity. Can 54 nations truly align their wallets and their wills? President Ruto commended Angola's President João Lourenço for his past leadership, but the spotlight is now firmly on the future. On an Africa that funds, warns, and mediates for itself, the implications are huge. Fewer foreign troops on African soil, more African solutions to African problems, a potential renaissance in continental diplomacy. But the unanswered question remains: will every nation pay its share? Or will this grand plan collapse under the weight of empty promises? Do you think a $1 billion African Peace Fund is the solution, or just another expensive bureaucracy? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more breaking news from the heart of the continent.